Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this Tuesday night, August the 20th, 2019, masterclass with your girl, Tasha. Okay, guys, we are doing masterclass trainings every Tuesday and every Thursday at 8 p.m. right here in this room. This coming Thursday, guys, Miss Patty will be stepping up and she will be presenting a training on leadership. So mark it in your calendars to be back here for Thursday at 8 p.m. for the leadership training. Tonight, guys, I have some people who are joining us from other companies, so I'm going to try to keep it totally generic. And at the end, when we are near the end, I'll stop the recording, and if anyone has any questions pertaining to our own company, then we'll open it up and have what we call our cookout discussion that we usually have, okay? So hopefully everyone here, look, I can't even see you. So that means that if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, like sitting up straight and have your notepad out and all that other stuff, your girl Tasha doesn't really know because I haven't upgraded you to panelists, but I'm going to trust you guys to be the bosses that you're supposed to be. Matter of fact, if you have your notepad handy, drop a comment in the chat session to let me know. I got my notepad and I am ready, okay, guys? So again, tonight's topic is overcoming the objections, and I'm going to be sharing a PowerPoint. Just hold 1 second. Let me get that on the screen. Thank you, Paula. She has her notepad ready. Let's see who else. Terrence has his notepad ready. Oh, let me look here. Get to my screen real quick, and I'll go back to that chat box there. Ooh, okay. Chat box is up where? Oh. There's a question and answer poll. This is something whole new I have to learn here. Okay, so let me see who else said they have their, Melinda McRae says she has her notepad. Thank you so much, Melinda. Everybody got it ready. Okay, so here we go, guys. So tonight again, what we are trying to do with these master classes that we are producing is to duplicate what our Spanish counterparts are doing, okay? They have a master class twice a week. Traditionally with that class, people who are bronze and above are teaching those classes. What we are trying to do is make sure that we give you tools that allow you to grow. We've heard the story about the turtles, the giraffes, and the eagles, and we are hoping that we have a lot of giraffes that are striving to become eagles, and so we're providing information on an eagle level. So that's kind of the reason why tonight I'm choosing not to open up the panelists too, because I want to make sure that we get through the information. If you do have a question, just put it in the chat box and I will address it either during if I see it or maybe at the end. But as for now, we want to concentrate on the content, everyone, on the content. So here we go. Ready to go? Overcoming the objection. Masterclass training. Okay. First thing, guys, sometimes we have to make sure that we understand. Y'all looking at this first screen and you are like, hold up. This is qualities to look for in a partner. It's supposed to be overcoming the objection. Well, the bottom line, guys, is that before going through overcoming the objection, you must decide if the person is worth you spending your time on to even try to overcome the objection, okay? So what we got to start doing is we have to start qualifying and looking for good candidates to be our partners. And that's in any business that you may be in, okay? So when you're trying to decide, is this person worth my time? You want to ask yourself, how does this person answer your questions, okay? We know when we give a question to somebody and when they, their answers just seem like blah, 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 they're really not enthused. You could kind of tell from your gut feeling whether or not it's a person that you're going to have to pull or push, and not a person that is totally independent and ready to go, okay? Being independent, ready to go don't mean that the person has to know everything, but the person has to have the willingness to absorb as a sponge and wring it out and utilize what you're giving to them, okay? What is the tone of their eyes and their voice, okay? Again, you can tell if a person's really intrigued, or if they're pulling your leg. You can see if they're engaged. Do they really believe that you're providing them with something that could help them change their life or provide a solution to whatever problem they may present to you in that discussion, okay? How do you feel about them energetically towards them, okay? Do they make you feel alive or do they drag you down, all right? If there's someone that you know and you see all the time, maybe it's a person that's on your Facebook page, maybe it's a person that you interact in real life with or whatever, are they more negative than they're positive? Every time you talk to them, or if they talk about MLM, if they're familiar with MLM, are they always talking about that it was a bad experience, how they was treated wrong at the last company, how their upline wasn't there, how they was abandoned, and it's always about everyone else treated me wrong. Everyone did this to me, did that to me, did this to me. And, the bottom line is if they're not ever accountable for anything and they don't see where they had the ability to make things change, they might not be the type of person you want to partner with, okay? Because if they're like that with you, they're like that probably in all areas of their life. And bottom line, guys, that means that it's about drama, 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 drama. And my philosophy, I'm allergic to drama and I'm trying not to deal with it. I will address it if it comes, but I prefer not to have it. So when you're looking for partners, guys, that's just a few tips that I think that you guys should consider, okay? Now, the process of objection handling in network marketing is, number one, you want to always clarify the objection, okay? Number two, you want to ask the question. Number three, you always ask to get started again, or you just let them go, okay? We talk about it as part of that sorting process, okay? You're going to make this decision, are you going to ask the question again so they could get started? Or are you going to just say, you know what, I know this person is not for them, right? When you are trying to overcome the objection, guys, you need to follow these 3 steps every single time you have an objection dealing with your network marketing businesses. Basically, this will ensure you have the greatest chance of climbing over and crushing an objection, okay? Now, another thing I want to say too, in order for you to have the best chance of it climbing over and crushing an objection, that means that you have to go out and you have to be willing to talk to people. If you hiding behind the tree, like we talked about last week with a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about online real estate and how your social media is your online real estate, if you're hiding behind it and people don't know that you're in business, or if you don't go out and talk to people, you're never going to have the ability to run into objections. And if you don't do it over and over again, you're never going to get your craft straight when it comes to this sport, because network marketing, guys, bottom line, is a sport. So we're going to be going back and forth, guys. You're going to see I have probably about 21 different objections that are listed, and we'll go back and forth from slides saying tackling the common objections, and then overcoming that objection. And I think that's what this should have said, overcoming that objection on the slide. On the next ones, they'll probably do it. I literally put this together like 2 or 3 hours ago, guys. And you know what? Something else that I was supposed to pull up and open up too. That's okay. We'll do it at the end. And I want y'all all to know this, okay? In doing this masterclass, this is not to say that the people who are facilitating the classes, they know it all or they're just gifted with it. That's not it at all. I want you to understand that with this class, basically what I did is I did me some self-development earlier, because someone put out this topic and said that this topic needs to be considered. And actually your girl Tasha said, I can't teach that. I can't teach overcoming an objection, and I can't teach it because I'm the type of person that I just respond to stuff spontaneously. And whether I'm saying something correct or not, when I respond to them, oh, it's going to sound good, and I'm going to be confident in my posture when I do it. And I just cannot teach people that. But I decided, I said, you know what? That just means that I need to do some research on it, because there's something that put it in me. There's certain things that stick with my head about overcoming objections, whether it's been a book that I read before, whether it's been me going on a YouTube before, looking at a video, whatever. I went and researched the information, and then I applied it. So what I had to do is I had to research how people teach overcoming the objection, okay? And in that case, what I end up doing today, I found, and I'm going to end up playing an audio later on. The gentleman's name, I can't remember it. He's going to say it at the beginning of the audio. But this guy, basically, I went through his blogs and stuff, and I was reading information. I was like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. And I took that information and I created this training. So what I'm trying to communicate to you guys is that each and every one of you have the ability to be the leader, to train and develop the people that you bring into the business if you truly care about them. And all that means is that you go and you do independent research, and you come back and you share that information with them to show them. And you make sure, see, I could have sat here and made y'all think that everything I on here tonight is all me. It's not all me. Some things I changed around a little bit because I'm like, he kind of crazy on that one. But it's not all me. And I want you guys to know that it's easy for you to do the same, basically, because I'm no different than you, okay? So let's get it on. Objection number one, basically, I know, put in the chat if you have been a person that you have talked to somebody before and basically they told you, I don't have the time. Drop it in the chat if you're a person that you've heard the objection, I don't have the time. Shonda said, absolutely. Natasha said, yes. Erica said, yes. And I know that there's going to be more yeses that's going to come. You have been the person, and Michelle Ford has been the person telling people I don't have the time. Okay, so we know that is a real objection that people receive, guys. And the bottom line about this particular objection, because a lot of times when you get objections, people are lying to you. A lot of times they're lying to you. But in this particular case, if a person says, I don't have the time, usually this is true. And if we diagnose why you get this network marketing objection, it comes up because your prospects' days are already filled, okay? And it doesn't even matter, as it says, if their days are filled because they're sitting on the couch and they're eating bonbons. The bottom line is, to them, their day is still filled. If it's the dudes out there playing the PlayStation, their day is still filled. If it's the women who are choosing to look at soap operas, their day is still filled. If you're the single mom, if you have children that are in athletics, you have to be that sports mom and you have to run them around the place, your day is still filled. So whatever the reason why their day is filled, your goal to overcome the objection is to figure out where they can squeeze some time in. And if you can help them with that, most of the times they're willing to join you on the spot. Because one thing, guys, that we know about network marketing is if you be consistent and if you put your time into it, it's going to provide individuals with the opportunity to have time freedom, and then you free up your time towards something that you really want to do, okay? You really, truly want to do. Not going to the 9-to-5, investing more in the job that in the boss and the company than they invest in you, but actually investing in yourself, okay? So in doing that, how do we tackle that I don't have a time objection, guys? Here's an example, okay? So you talk to the person. Let's say his name is John. John, so you're saying if you could see that you had an extra hour in a day to work your business, you'll be all in? See, all they said to you was, I don't have time. But you have to learn how, in overcoming objections, you have to learn how to posture yourself. So you put that you assume the close at the end. That's a word that they use in Verizon when it comes to getting people to buy services on your phone. Y'all that got those high phone bills at home, is because Verizon teaches the reps to assume the close, okay? So again, John, so you're saying to me, oh, John, what? I don't have the time? Oh, so what you're saying to me is if you can see that you had an extra hour in a day to work your business, you'll be all in. Okay, so typically with that, a person, they done gave you a problem. You are providing them a solution. They don't want to look crazy, so sometimes they're going to say yes to that question. So then well, what hours do you work? What does your schedule look like through the day? Okay, your entire goal is to share with them where they can find maybe 5 to 10 hours per week to work their business, along with your help. And as soon as you're able to show them that, along with your help, that means when they get in, you're just not abandoning them. I understand we have people on here from different companies, but I guess most companies, when a person comes in, you get a bonus because they came in. If you care about your people beyond the bonus and you're going to be there with them, then sometimes they're going to be willing to join you, okay? So in that case, then you say, John, are you ready to get started so we can help you get your time back to spend with your family? Or whatever he might have told you that's in his schedule. Are you ready to get started so that you won't have to tell another family member that you can't go to their wedding? Are you ready to get started to do that traveling that you really want to do in your life? Whatever it may be, listen to them and then use what they're telling you in your "Are you ready to get started?" response. Is that clear for everyone? Drop it in the chat if it's clear. So, next one, guys. I'm moving on. Oh, y'all responding now. It looks like it's a little bit of a delay. Okay, everybody. Oh, shucks. Teresa King in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so everybody's saying yes. So, here's another one. I don't have enough money to get started. I don't have enough money to get started. Statistics say that most of the time this objection is a bold-faced lie. They have the money. It's a priority battle. They are seeing your opportunity as money spent, not money invested in a business. You've got to be willing to call them out on this because we always say all the time, how many times do we say people don't have time to start a business, especially when it comes to multi-level marketing, whatever business you're in. We all know that starting these businesses, your investment is a lot lower than if you started a brick and mortar, okay? This is the easiest way for any person to start a business. And they'll tell you that they don't have no money, and you will see them in the line buying the new Jordans. You'll see them in the line for the new Apple iPhone. You'll see them going out and hitting the club and going to the movies and spending this dinner and going on this trip. But they done told you they don't have the money. It's about their priority. So when you call them out, you're going to find out whether or not they're telling the truth. And if you do determine that they are telling the truth, then your job at that time is to try to find a way to strategize with them so that they can get the money, okay? Or even if they think that they don't have the money because they spending it on the Jordans, all this stuff. When you call them out, well, you know what? Maybe if you done buy 5 pairs of Jordans last month, you might have been able to start your business, okay? That's one thing that you can do. So tackling, I don't have the money to get started, okay? Be like this. So just to clarify, Kevin, you simply don't have $145 in your bank account. Is that correct? Ask this follow-up question. Do you have $145 on your credit card? Or you don't have it there either? Is that correct too? Okay, so most of the time they're going to tell you no. I do, but. So when they say I do, but, that lets you know that they was lying to you from the start. So you really have the money. It's a matter of prioritization. Is that correct, Kevin? Kevin's going to probably say yes. And then you'll be like, okay, you need to diagnose what Kevin is spending in his money on instead of him getting started. You know, ask Kevin, when will you have $145 available to get started so you never have a problem again? If he tells you a date, great, confirm it. So you're telling me that on September 1st, 2019, you'll have it for sure. Is that correct? You know, and then you call him on that day and you either get started or you don't get started. You'll find out if they're truly bluffing you or not. Hopefully that came over clear to everyone. Next, we've all heard the objection. I can't do network marketing. I don't know nobody. That is totally a bluff, guys. You know, it's so easy. This is like the most easiest objection for you to overcome, okay? Because you just want to show them that they know people. And you want to take, all you want to do is take the butt away as a takeaway. So here, Don, how many contacts do you have in your phone? Because he don't know nobody. You got some people in his phone. Some of y'all know the trick, especially with the iPhone. Real quick, I don't know who it was the other day that I was asking, how many people you got in your phone? Scroll to the very bottom. Just take your finger and scroll. And when you get to the bottom, it's going to have a number. It's going to tell you how many people in your phone, okay? So if he give you how many friends you have on your Facebook page, not that you really know them, but there are people. There are people that you have access to. He might give you a number like 50 to 800 friends. That's an average for an average person. You have people to talk to. What's the real reason you don't want to get started? Because that I don't know, it don't work. That's how you hit them back with that. You know, you clearly got people to talk to. What's the real reason you don't want to get started, Ron? Then ask to get started. And John, are you ready to start making money today or not? You know, and just leave it at that. Because if he tells you that, it's something else, whatever it might be. And sometimes when people aren't ready to get started, it's because they are lacking in areas where I can't afford to pay my daycare, this, that, and other. Okay, so John, that sounds like more of a reason why you might want to get started making money today. Are you ready to get started? And you have to understand, if they say no, let it go. Overcoming the objection is not about making them say yes to what you're offering them. But overcoming the objection is more so about making them think about it so that you plant that seed. So if they're not ready today, then maybe later on, they might be ready. All no's today are not no's tomorrow. The only way I know it's tomorrow is if you decide to quit on yourself. And we talked about that last week in the masterclass training, if y'all missed it. So here we go. Overcoming the objection. I don't want to bug my friends and my family. Woo, some of y'all done use that one on me. And here, that's partners now. Identify yourself if you're brave enough. Anyway, guys, this network marketing objection comes from a specific situation their friends have had. They believe network marketing is still about bugging friends and families and that crazy drawing circles and stuff on whiteboards. Back in the day, that's always about you just bugging. Show them that if you get this circle and you get that circle and you bring this one in, this two bring two and that two bring two and this two bring two. You know, people, they they cringe. That's like you scratching on a chalkboard when it comes to that. People don't want to hear that no more. So how do we tackle that? I don't want to bug my friends and family, okay? You ask them, you ask them, tell me more about your experience in network marketing and why you think you need to bug your friends and your family. You don't try to come up with a rebuttal to them, okay? You allow them to tell you, and look at that in bold print, guys, here, very critically, very critical. You let them talk. And I'm gonna add into that very critical, you listen. Listen to what they're saying. Don't defend or interrupt them. Simply let them tell you about their experience. They will tell you exactly what you need to do and how you need to enroll them. Okay? They'll tell you exactly what you need to do and what you need to say. So, let's see. Okay. Example of it. Can anybody think of something where, if you want to type it in the chat, where it might be a situation that your friend or your family might have felt like they was getting bugged, something that you might say to a person who you're trying to communicate that to? Why is it? I'm asking somebody type in the chat, I'm asking you, tell me about your experience with network marketing and why you think that you need to bug your friends and your family. I guess y'all might need a little bit of time to type on that. Anybody? I know somebody types quicker than that. Y'all can't think of something, because I'm really like having a blank brain on excuse that person might give in that situation. Okay, we got something now. What do we got here? Best rule I learned, early friends and families will be the last to support you. I don't want to bug my friends and family. Thank you, Erica. So that helped you. So maybe you're talking to a person and you say, so tell me, why do you feel that you have to bug your friends and family? Oh, well, every time I go to my friends, I mean, it's not like I haven't tried this before. I've seen other people who've tried to go in the network marketing business, and, you know, basically, it just seems like every other day. I mean, I've tried this like 4 or 5 times, and I failed this before, and I just feel that my friends think that I'm just a crazy dreamer or something. That response that Erica gave to trigger me to think about what the person may have said to you, her response is actually a good thing. So, you know, that's kind of the reason why with us, particularly, we teach our people that the last people that you should start with is your warm market. Your family and your friends are the last ones to support you. And not necessarily your family and friends a good way for you to even start contact, because sometimes that breaks relationships. It's really better to build new relationships so that if a person says no, it doesn't harm anything that's already there. That would be a good response. Excellent, Erica. Excellent. Thank you for the assistance. Next up, let's see, what do we have? Overcoming an objection. I have to think about it. You can debunk this objection. You've got to figure out what they need to think about before you can go any further. This isn't an objection, but most network marketers fall into this very big trap when the person says, I have to think about it. You're like, okay, right? Okay. So instead of just saying, okay, how about this? John, what exactly do you need to think about so I can get you over the proper information? By the way, now, if you're just trying to say no, it's completely okay. It's all right if this isn't for you. Give the person, sometimes people feel obligated to make up an answer to you. Give them an out. That's part of your sorting. Give them an out. if that's what they need. The only thing is that they truly just want to, instead of saying I have to think about it, they're trying to be nice and not hurt their feelings, and they really just want to say no, put it there. You know, just put it there and let it happen. So then John is going to tell you what you need to know to enroll him or to send him information, you know? Well, you know, I don't know too many husbands and wives, a lot of marriages get broken up over this, right? Okay, so what you're going to do then is you might think of a person in your company that's a husband and wife team that's like killing it and they're not having the problems. You might just want to share that with them to let him know, or send them a video about that, or how it can help them, or how they can sit down and talk to them. And then after that, you know, if I send you the appropriate information and ask them, when will you review the information? And they give you information like, okay, so I can call you on November 1st, 2019, and you would have reviewed the information, correct? And then just give them the call. Okay, so at this point, that's the guy's name. Terry Grimo is how he pronounced it. It doesn't look like that. So the objection at this point, and I got to see if I can get my iPad to connect to my speaker, because at this point the objection was about not wanting to be a salesperson. You know, I'm not good as a salesperson, but Terry did a short 8-minute sound clip that really explained it a lot better. I took some notes on this right here, but I wanted to play the sound clip. So let me get my speaker connected. Okay, it says that it's connected. Let me go to the link. Hallelujah. Let's hit play. Can we get it?
Welcome. My name is Terry J. Grimo, and I hope you're having a terrific day.
Can y'all hear from the iPad alone?
There's a link right
Because it didn't go to the
Actually,
speaker.
One,
somebody let me know. Can y'all hear it clearly?
My latest blog post on home-based business leads, and 3 factors of them. Number 1, exactly the mindset you must have.
So y'all didn't miss nothing at the beginning.
In order to become an earner of any kind, but especially be a professional network marketer. Number 2. Okay. The second thing you must do is understand how to generate leads. I give you 3 ways to generate leads. I give you the daily routines to do that, and exactly how to make that happen. Right? And number 3, exactly what to say. Make sure you get your butt over there. I'm sorry for being crass, but make sure you get your butt over there and read that blog post. There's audios all over it. I'm telling you, it's really, really good. Okay. Today we're going to talk about why sales people don't translate to MLM. And before I get too far, I talked to a sales guy this morning.
I respect this man a lot, and this isn't a shot at you at all, buddy. I appreciate you so much, but I was talking to him, and he was struggling in network marketing, and I wanted to put something together because I think this will, number 1, help you with your prospects that are in sales, that are in a traditional sales environment. And number 2, if you are in sales or have been in sales, you'll understand why that it may not be going as well as you think it is. Okay, and I want to go over this with you today. Number 1, most of the time in sales, okay, it's a 1 or 2 call sales environment. If you're either in or out, especially if you're in traditional sales or whatever. You're either in or out, and that's the game. In network marketing, it doesn't work that way. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Number 2, you can be pushy in traditional sales, and it's okay. You get away with it. You do the deal. But you got to understand, in network marketing, this is about getting somebody else to do what you do. This isn't about sales. I mean, it is because we sell product, but it's not about sales. It's about letting somebody else understand what we do and getting them to do it, right? Number 3, in traditional sales, we just go do the deal. However that happens, we make it happen. Does that make sense? However that happens, we make it happen. What I mean by that is it doesn't matter, per se. It literally does not matter whether we do it or somebody else does it. We don't need to use a tool to make it happen in order for, that guy to understand that he can sell a car. He doesn't want to sell a car, right? He just wants the car. In network marketing, we're trying to get somebody else to see that they can sell a car. So we have to use tools and do other things and create a relationship to make that happen. Number 4, network marketing is a volunteer sport. Yeah, that's a volunteer sport. People don't have to go do it. Therefore, we have to create a loving environment and this scenario where we win, where we win big, where we understand how to create an organization, not just sell, or we're just going to get paid off of our first time people coming in and that's it. Okay, we don't want to do that. Okay, we don't want to do that. In traditional sales, you just sell the deal and you're pretty much done, right? It's no big deal. You just get the sales. You can bully your way around and make that happen. That does not work here, okay? That doesn't work in network marketing. Number 5, you got to provide mentorship or at least links to mentorship to other people. You must do that. If you don't provide links to other people, if you don't provide a mentorship to other people, you will fail, or at least you're not going to build a big residual income here. This is a relationship game. That's number 6. What that really means to you is this isn't a 1 or 2 call sale organization here, right? I mean, 1 or 2% of the people will be like that, but very few, even the greats, and I'm not one of the greats, okay? I'm not a Ray Higdon or a Cesar Rodriguez type of closer, but it's a relationship game. So the game in network marketing is to find those that you want to build a relationship with long term that are great, going to be great business owners at some point in time, and you want to continually be in their ear until they decide to join. Okay? You're looking for great people. You're not just looking for people to sell to, right? No's and rejection is number 7. No's and rejection will take you out of the game if you don't understand that they're not saying no to you, right? They're not saying no to you, and it's going to take you some time. It's going to take you some time. People aren't going to believe in you. People are going to think it's something weird, right? It's a mental battle. That's number 8. You got to understand that this is a mental battle. It's upstairs. You know, they say golf, and I was never good at golf, but they say golf is 90% between your ears and 10% skills. And this is what network marketing is too. Remember the game, and I have a code of conduct audio here as well, but remember the game. The game is to prospect a ton of people, talk to a ton of people, show a few, and follow up with a few less that you'll follow up with forever. This game isn't about, network marketing is not about, okay, trying to enroll every single person you talk to. Don't have that mindset. If you have that mindset, you're going to take yourself out of the game. See, if you're looking for an immediate response, immediate yes, it's not going to happen. This takes time, okay? It takes time to develop relationships. So in your energy over to somebody else, you cannot have this energy of you either get in now or you're out. I don't want to talk to you unless you join. See, that's not going to work here. Understand that. Traditional sales and network marketing are completely different. I hope you understand that. And if I can help you at all, just let me know. Click on the link below.
All righty. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Hello. Drop the comments. What did y'all think about that? So moving on, guys, and I can't even see. I don't know how many we've gone through. I said it's going to do like 21, 22 of them. Next, we have overcome the objection. This is 2 altogether. Is MLM a scam, or is this a pyramid scheme? Okay. I think that a lot of you have heard that, and probably when you hear that, you kind of like chuckle inside. You want to laugh at them out front, you know, because if you've been in the business and you've truly been applying yourself and it's paid some bills for you, if it made some changes in your life for you, then you know that it's definitely not a scam. And you know it's not a pyramid scheme because you're getting something for your money, right? So you're basically... You know better. The bottom line is that they don't know any better. Your prospect is going off of what they've heard from somebody in their past, or obviously no solid facts, okay? Both questions are really cool because your prospect is simply telling you what they've been told or what they have read before. You have to get their definition before you go any further. How do you get their definition? Let's tackle the first one. Is MLM a scam? What do you mean by a scam? Making them answer usually leaves them speechless. Asking them a question puts you in a position of power too, okay? Never get on the defensive and explain why their workplace is a scam. That's what a lot of people say. Your workplace is a scam. Your workplace is a pyramid. You know, all this other kind of stuff. Simply ask them the question, and that will determine whether or not you want to cover this objection with them or just let them go. On this particular objection, these two objections, and all objections don't deserve a response, okay? If you don't want to work with them, say it. I don't think this is a fit for you, but I appreciate you. If you don't, simply say, are you ready to get started? If you do think you should work with them, simply say, so are you ready to get started and legitimately start making some money today? Okay, this is after a discussion. You got to know how to sort within those objections. Every objection is not worth your time. Every person shouldn't be worth your time either. That's what we talked about at the beginning for those of you who are joining, and I see people coming in late. So how do we tackle, is this a pyramid scheme? In order to answer your question, can you please tell me what is a pyramid scheme, right? You play dumb with them, making them answer the question, push you in power. You be like, what? What's a pyramid scheme? And you sit there and you listen, guys, okay? They may say, well, one of those Amway things, okay? And what he was saying, what he'll typically say back is, what is your experience in network marketing? Have you or your family member ever been involved in it in the past? You know, you want to hear what their story is, and that's going to tell you whether you want to work with them, why they are telling you this, and what you need to say in order for you to enroll them. Pyramid schemes, if you're getting products, you paying your money. Some people don't want to hear that. If you're getting products and you paying your money, it's not a pyramid scheme. You got a product for it. Some people don't want to hear that because some people got products for it, and because they didn't apply themselves properly, or they didn't have a person who was truly there for them, they have a whole bunch of products just sitting around their house not doing nothing. It's one of those two things. So let's see, overcoming the objection when you talk to somebody and they be like, well, what is that? This typically is objection before they see the video or they say yes to an exposure. They're really saying, tell me why it's worth my time to watch your video or come to your business presentation meeting or get on a 3-way call with you, whatever it may be that you're telling them within your business. Okay, so tackle, what is it? Do you know anyone, so let's say this one, do you know anyone who would be open to doubling their income while working part-time? What is it? How would you do that? You know, you need to put it in a sexy line for them that they can understand. Let's assume that the person in the example is a real estate agent. You know, I'll say it's a way for you to generate wealth on a residual basis that won't take up a ton of your time. Would that be worth 45 minutes of your time to just listen to it? Or if you got a short video, would that be worth 5 minutes of your time to listen to it? You know, whatever it may be. Whatever you do, guys, don't lie to them. Sometimes people get those questions, you'll be like, oh, It's not going to take any extra time. It's not going to interfere with your family life. It's not going to interfere with anything. You just do it and you make more money. Don't tell them that. People know when you're lying. And if there are people who aren't smart enough to know that you're lying, when they get in, you're going to damage that relationship forever. For you and probably anybody else that might want to give them the opportunity. And we're not around. We're supposed to be here to help people, not destroy people. So overcoming the objection, I have to ask my spouse. That's really simple. Let them ask their spouse. Never try to take that away from them. I heard somebody one time say, what, your wife run your home? You don't make the decisions in your home? Who really wears the pants in your home? I heard a high up leader say that to someone in my previous company. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. A lot of us who are here and we are either married and or in relationships, you already know how hard it is sometimes to get your other half on board with you. So if you have someone else that you can protect them from putting themselves in the same position that many of us are in, where we're trying to juggle, making sure that we don't make our family or our significant others or our husbands and our wives feel like we got to juggle them and we're not replacing them or something. If you can help prevent a person from doing that, you need to do that. So what do we have to do with that? Okay, again, you want their spouse to be on board with them, but you want their spouse to see it like they did. You don't want them going home and telling their spouse. You need to be able to present the information to the spouse. Because most of the time when those jokers go home, if they do tell their spouse and they're not bullshitting you with this, I said cuss word, and they're not playing you or they're not lying to you about this, I have to ask my spouse stuff, and it's not just an excuse. If they really go home, they don't have enough information to get the spouse on board. So you need to get the buy-in that they bring that spouse back to you. So how do you respond? How do you tackle that? Perfect. When can me, you, and your spouse get on a phone call together? When can me, you, and your spouse get on a Zoom together? We can see each other face to face. When can me, you, and your spouse meet up at the local Panera Bread, Starbucks, or come over to your house and sit down? I bring some donuts or whatever it may be. Okay. What you don't want is for that person to tell the spouse about it. In this case, it's the husband. The spouse is going to get 10% of the real story and make a sudden determination versus seeing the entire vision that you can only present. So after they say, okay, we can meet, we can do this wherever, you be like, can you promise me you won't tell him anything? Make sure he's able to hear the entire plan for me. Let me handle it. I'm the specialist. Let me do it. Okay? Can you promise me that? All right. Yes, perfect. So is tomorrow at 2 p.m.? Is that a good time for you? All right. I'll call you then. Okay? All right, so my comment coming in the chat. So let me see what it was. Oh my goodness, yes, it's hard, Erica. Exactly, it is hard. Many of us know what the balancing act that you have to have when you have a relationship or when you have a family. And maybe that other half just totally doesn't see the vision. They think that you're that crazy dreamer and you want to prove to them because you know you're able to see the vision. You know how it has changed your life and you know how it could change your life for your family. Definitely, it is truly, truly hard. There's no joking around about that thing. Okay, so next one. Overcoming the objection. How much money have you made? Or how much money do you make? The question that trips most network marketers up and scares people off. Okay, it scares the network marketer off. If you just, when you hear that, did they ask me the question? Okay, did they ask me the question? It make you shake, it make you shimmer, it make you clam up. especially if you're a person that you're not proud about how much money you've made this far. Okay? I got some typos in there. I'm going to have to fix that thing. I was typing too quick earlier. My spell checker, Tasha Davenport, I'm going to email this to you so you could just go ahead and hook it up. She's like the best proofreader in the world. So a lot of people don't want to have people ask them that question because they're just simply embarrassed by it, okay? But how do you overcome that objection? How do you not clam up about it? There's two ways that you can do it. And it depends on what type of personality you have or not, okay? Or whichever one you feel comfortable with. How much money do you make? The first way that you can overcome it is say, well, what context do you ask the question in? Or are you wondering if you can really make money in this company too? They're probably going to say yes. Then all you got to do is be like, well, let me tell you, I don't want to talk about me, but let me tell you something. It's a chick down in South Carolina, Erica Chapman. Oh my goodness. She got this brand called Boost Your Body. Boost Your Tea, Boost Your Body, right? Boost Your Body. And the girl is booming. She's making so much tea and delivering tea and changing people's lives every day. Erica is a single. Erica is married, but one time this business brought her life back together, and she and her husband together are making a whole lot of money in the company. You know what? How about I'll call Erica and get Erica on the phone so she could tell you just how well she's been doing in this company. And she's been here since 2016. I think she's better to tell you this. Line up something. Line up something for someone to talk to them. And if you don't have something lined up, you know, if you have a video of somebody's testimony, again, we got people on here who are not Vita, but in our world, we do have the impact videos. Send those testimonies or something with them to let them know. Or just simply, after you verbally tell them, if you could convincingly verbally tell them the testimony of someone in your company who's making money, if it's not you, if you can't share or you don't feel comfortable with what you have to say, and please don't lie. Don't be like, oh, I made $1 million last month, shawty. If you ain't made $1 million. Don't be like, oh, I made 500 last month, shawty. If you ain't made 500, just be honest. So when you tell them the testimony of someone else, then you follow with them. So, you know, are you ready to become the next success story? Want to get started towards that thing today? Let's get started. Let's see, somebody put something in the chat. We'll jump in the chat. Oh my goodness. Y'all laughing off. Okay, shorty, yes. That's what they be like, shorty, you know, a dog. Dog. This is the best opportunity in the world. Dog, it ain't no other opportunity out here like this, you know, dog. I mean, we got some paparazzi people there. And the bling catch is blinging, okay? No, don't do that. Anywho, now the second way, guys, this is not from the gentleman who we listened to. I was watching a Facebook Live of a gentleman, Cedric, that I follow. You know, if you don't know something about your business, you have got to follow other people who are doing it so you can pick up some information with them. And sometimes, guys, it doesn't mean just staying with someone who's in your company. But personally, develop yourself. You have to connect yourself with other people who are having success, whether they're outside your company. That's why there's some people who are not from this company on this webinar tonight, or if it's, you know, reading a book or following someone that you know, Eric Worre, Simon Chan, you know, people like that type of stuff, Brian Bean, okay? You got to look to other people. So this is the one I love. Says like, they be like, so how much money do you make? You like, so hold up. Can I ask you a question in response to that? Response first? They respond, sure, you can ask me a question. Okay, so you asked me how much, let me ask you this. How much of my money can you spend, or how much of my money can pay your bills? It's not about being nasty. You can really say that and be sincere. I like to ask you, how much of my money can you spend, and how much of my money can actually pay your bills? They're going to be like, none. Okay, so then the real question is about how much money is not about how much money I can make, but it's about how much money you can make, okay? And that's based on whether or not you truly willing to be committed to this thing, be consistent to this thing, and if you're coachable enough to allow me to help you. Allow me to help you. That's all that really matters. How much money can you make? And you be sincere about it. So those are your two options. Which ones do y'all like better? Do you like the first way? Oh, tell me for you, which way you will go? Everybody on here drop. Are you in the chat? Are you going to do it the first way or are you going to do it the second way? I bet you I can tell which personality is going to say which one. Just drop it in chat. Does it just say to be like number one, number two? Put number one, number two in there. I'm going to laugh at this because I bet you I already know who is going to say what. Shonda said number one. Terrence said number one. Matisse said number two. Matisse, you going to say number two? Miss Shopping, you going to say number two? Denise said number one. I knew that was going to be a number one. Erica said, I do both. She'll flip it and move it around. Natasha said number two. All right. I like that. Yes. I know, right? Yeah, you flip, depending on who it is. You know, some people can handle that response and some people can't handle that response, okay? So let's go to the next one here. Overcoming the objection. I need to try the products first. Lord have mercy. How many of you guys have heard that before, okay? How many of y'all have heard that before? Well, guess what, guys? That's one of the objections that you don't have to overcome, especially if you know and you understand and you believe in your product and you know that your product works. And if you're in an opportunity that allows the client to be just as important as a partner, then it's the perfect objection, okay? Perfect, but how do you respond perfect? Which products would you like to get started with? Okay. This is a network marketing objection. It's a buying question, and you should love this question because, again, clients are just as important as partners if you're in the right opportunity. Okay, so how do I tackle? I need to try the products first. Most people have trouble because they're trying to push people where they want them to go. You can guide and direct, but allow a person to be a great customer. Don't try to turn a great customer into a bad representative. We talk about that all the time. And if they fall in love with your product and they decide to be a representative on their own, then guess what? You're more likely to have a retention on that individual because they've came in on their own accord and they've came in with a passion for what they're doing, okay? So what does he do? He says, I'll ask them what product piques their interest the most. Then give them guidance to get them started with the biggest package or the biggest combo that will give them the most chance of a network marketing success. How would I apply this to the $5 jewelry industry? Y'all probably don't have that problem. You don't. That's that. They don't have to just be like, I try the product or something. You know, most people want to join the business because they can get the discount on the jewelry. Like, do y'all get more than a discount of $5? I don't know. But I don't know how to apply it to that. But any other regular product-based place, this is what you would do. Then are you ready to get started with such a pack, you know, when they do it, the combo? If they say no, you need to ask them, what truly is your real objection then to getting started? You said you want to try the product. I just told you what could fulfill your needs. You still saying no. What's really going on? Overcome the objection. Only people at the top make the money. Once again, this is an assumption, and their ignorance pours out when they ask this question. You need to handle it this way for the best results. So how do we handle it? What makes you think that people at the top make money? What do you consider as the top? Remember, if you're asking the person a question, then that's putting you in a position of power. This will allow you to get the information you need to provide or tell them to enroll them. So they're going to tell you what makes them think that way. Don't come around like, well, your CEO is the only person that makes the money at your job, right? No, that's not going to work. You're no longer in power. Ask them a question, let them tell you, and respond accordingly. If you're a person that you're not sure how to respond with them, you know, like, wow, that's a great question. I've never, ever thought about that myself. You know what? Let me call one of my senior partners. I am so sure that he or she will be able to answer your question. Do you have time for us to schedule a call so they can answer that question for you? Okay, if you don't know the answer, don't make no stuff up. Go get the answer if they allow you to go get the answer. And after doing all of that, then you say, are you ready to be at the top of your organization and get started today? What is your top? Overcoming the objection. I tried it. It didn't work. This obviously comes from a person that has been involved before in network marketing and it didn't go perfectly. Your job is to find out why. Again, remember, one of the 3 steps that we said you must do when you're doing network marketing is to clarify, what do you mean that it didn't work? What were you told to do? Did you have help? Then determine from them and what they're saying what was missing. Typically, an upline told them to do something that just didn't make sense to them, or they were left to their own devices to enroll people. You know, I then, what do you say? I then take that thing they didn't have and say, if you had XYZ, if you had an upline that was willing to pour into you or that didn't mind you asking them questions that might sound a little bit silly, would that give you the ability to make the money that you think that you deserve, that you believe you deserve, not think, believe you deserve? If they told you the truth, then their answer is going to be yes. Just make sure that you're willing to provide whatever you told them that you will provide if they come in here. Now, there's a little flip side to this thing, okay? Because I think it goes back to that whole thing about you identifying if the person you're talking to is worth you overcoming the objection. Because I had a clear experience with this year. There was a young man who had came out to one of our big regional events and didn't come there as an invite to the event, came there to drop off something to me, but ended up staying and then said that they wanted to be a part of it. And they were telling me that they always, you know, been abandoned and, you know, every opportunity they've been in that they were always left to the fire and stuff like this. You know, I was like, oh, well, no. If you give me 120%, I give you 120%. You give me 5%, I give you 5%. The regular your girl Tasha thing. And Lord, I wish I never said them words to that person. Because what it was is that person wanted to give negative 10% and then wanted your girl Tasha to do the work for him. Wasn't happening. So, you know, you got to be kind of careful with overcoming this objection. You really got to listen to the person and find out if that person is truly worth you overcoming that objection. That was a headache. So you have people that tell you, I already have a good job. Network marketing objections in this tone tells you that they don't understand network marketing necessarily. Nobody uses it as a job or certainly shouldn't at first. And the bottom line is most people, not too many people will turn away some extra money, okay? Well, that's a clue to you that they just might not understand it. So how do you tackle, I already have a good job? I want to clarify that they know what network marketing is. I'll ask, do you love your job more than anything else? Would you do it even if you didn't have to do it? Did you know this is something you can do in your super part-time? Okay, they simply are confused in their mind. They think that network marketing is something that they would do full-time, and that simply isn't true. Some people think that it's a full-time thing. Hey guys, I got a full-time job, 29 years with it, but I do this part-time. But I'm telling you, doing this part-time next year got me leaving. I'm gonna be doing this full-time, and the full-time gonna be gone. Okay, I'm walking out the door next year. Keep on saying it. Now, if this is a person, they love their job more than anything else, no harm, no foul. Let them go, guys. Say, that is fantastic. Don't try to convince anybody any differently. And then if they don't, then say, would you like to start working on your fortune in an hour or two a day so you can truly live the dreams of your life? Or something like that. Something like that. Maybe when they tell you that they don't really like their job, well, what is it that you don't like about their job? And whatever they say that they don't like about their job, use that to come back to them for a reason why this is why you need to get started today. Once they understand the game, most of the time they're going to say yes to you. Overcoming the objection. I'm not the network marketing type. What does that even mean when a person says they're not the network marketing type? What do you do in this case? You listen for true clarification. If there is no response, are you just trying to tell me no? It's okay if it's not for you. You know, if they don't give you any clarification, what that's saying, if they don't give you any clarification, if there's no clarification given, respond. Are you just trying to tell me no? It's okay if this is not for you. Sometimes, you guys, you will meet a person that actually has experience in network marketing, and they might drop that down on you. But if you pause, you be like, oh, are you just trying to tell me no, it's not really a good fit for you? They'd be like, oh, well, wait a minute, I've been doing this and I did this. Oh, I know how to do it, da, 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 da. Then the truth really comes out. But what you don't want to be is that everyday person. All we ever hear people do, everybody does network marketing. Have you ever gone to the movie and said that the movie was good or posted it on your Facebook page? Or have you gone to a good restaurant and all this other kind of stuff? It's just the same thing. All you got to do is get paid. No. If they don't believe that they're in the network marketing type and they can't provide you with any clarification, they are not the partner for you. Let them go. Overcoming the objection, guys, and we're wrapping down soon. I can get the products cheaper. Typically, they are not comparing apples to apples, okay? So what do you do in that case when they tell you they could get the product cheaper? Ask them, what products are you specifically talking about? Get the answer and go and compare. Are they cheaper? Why are they cheaper? Then let them know the distinct difference that your product brings to the table. This will allow you to show them why your product is the way better than the rest. Hey, I'm going to say this, and I would assume that maybe this happens in other companies too, that we run into sometimes where people say, oh, I could get the product cheaper. I could go to Amazon. I could go to eBay. I could go to Walmart, all this other kind of stuff. Because you could probably go on Amazon and you could probably search a product here in your company or anybody else's company. And in that case, you know, with us, you could go there, but when you need that tender love and care that only a professional affiliate experience in what I do can provide to you, that person on Amazon, eBay, Walmart, they're not going to respond to you. But you could go ahead and try it. Let them go, okay? Show them that your product or your service, I'm going to add that in. Show them that your product or your customer service is better than the rest. Say something like, are you ready to get the benefits of your product? Are you ready to get me as your personal representative? How about that? I've actually said that to a customer before. She's still my customer today. So overcoming the objection, too much competition. This is a network marketing objection that typically is coming from ignorance. They really don't know what that means. And most of the time, this is a person that's just trying to say no, guys. You can clarify by saying, what do you mean by much competition? Are you just trying to say it's not a good fit for you? Don't try to convince them with this objection. This one, just let them go. No convincing on there's too much competition. Overcoming the objection. My friend lost money with this. You need to hear their story. Say to them, I'm sorry to hear whatever it is that they told you. I'm sorry to hear that. What happened to your friend? Once they told you the information to tackle the loss, my friend lost money, let them know there is no money lost because their friend received product more than likely. Then explain the differences and why they can succeed based on the testimonies of other people in your network marketing opportunity. Tell them how you can help them or direct them towards what can help them. This will allow them to see why you will be different. Then say, are you ready to get started so your friend can actually achieve, so that your friend can actually achieve their dreams or see you, because you're going to help your friend. You're going to tell your friends when you're doing it right, your friends going to see it, and everybody going to be good if they all really work and be consistent and be coachable and plug into trainings and all that other great stuff. So we're winding down here. Objection. I don't like people. So in that case, guys, if you hear I don't like people, that's the time that you start thinking of the MC Hammer song, Can't Touch This. Change it to Don't Touch This. Let them know very clearly they are not fit for the business because you cannot teach or train anybody likability. Let that thing go. All right, so I think that's the last one. Yes, it is. It is the last one, guys. So that is tonight, overcoming the objection training. I hope that it was beneficial to those of you who came on. I hope that you answered a lot of questions for you. I hope that you don't just leave this on the paper, that you actually go out and apply it. And at this time, guys, I'm going to stop the recording. Then I'm going to advance all y'all into the room so that we can just have a general discussion, okay? So stay tuned. Hold on while I stop the recording. Remember, Thursday, we're back here, same room. Miss Patty will be teaching on leadership. One moment, guys.